Okay, so it is spring break and my family is visiting, and I told my parents to bring their stockings with them that I made for them, gosh, how long ago? Probably about 9-10 years ago, roughly. So this was part of the very first set of stockings that I made that I never showed anybody on my channel. Because when I started my channel, I made my stocking. And by that time, I already made these and I already gave them away. So I asked my parents to bring them, and I originally wanted to line these, but it turns out I already lined them. So I wanted to make this quick video and show you guys these two stockings. I don't remember offhand the name of these, so if I find the name, then I will link the names of these kits down below. But they should look somewhat familiar. This one I made for my dad. It's Santa and a snowman carrying a tree. They must have just chopped it down or just decorated it and they're carrying it away. And then this one I made for my mom. It's a Christmas princess. And already I can tell what I've done differently since. And already I can tell these are way overstuffed. Like, you can even see how thick. Look how thick this is. Crazy thick. And even though they're overstuffed, you can tell here that it's overstuffed because of how I had a hard time sewing this together because, again, I didn't know any better and I overstuffed my pieces. But even so, these turned out and still kept very well. During this video, I'm just going to do some repairs and kind of show you what my stitches look like when I first started these kits, because again, I had no idea what I was doing. I was learning, and I just wanted to make gifts for Christmas. So this one, I can already tell these stitches, look how tight these stitches are. And you can see the stamp underneath it. That's how tight these stitches are. And you can even see here how tight my stitches are. Crazy. But even so, it's still held up pretty well. And even the names on here I did by hand, and it looks great. If I could do it again, I'd probably put a backing on this, but I'm just going to leave it. So I'm just going to repair these. And then this one, this is like a bouquet, and it has like this thing in the back. So I'm not going to put, I was thinking about putting a backing on here, but I don't think it needs it. And then I was just admiring her little hair ringlets that I did. You could use fray check along these little hair pieces so it doesn't move as much. Or you can use a little bit of hairspray or just leave it. I might add some more blush to her cheeks if it calls for it, as well as Santa. But in this video, we are just going to do some repairs. So I've just noticed that there's a couple of areas, especially on my dad's stocking, you can tell right here that the stitch has popped. You can see. So the stitch has popped open. So I'm going to take all of this stitching out right here, and I'm going to restitch this. And then I'm going to reinforce the tag here with a couple more stitches. It's kind of come loose right there. And then for here, I think on this one, it's the same thing. If I turn it over, there is a pop stitch here. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. So the pop stitch is right here. You can see where it popped open. So I'm going to also replace this side. And notice this is my applique stitch. Notice the difference. If you've seen my other videos, you can already see a huge difference in my applique stitch. I don't have a, well, I might have, I have a kit that I'm working on right now. Let me just show you the outline stitch here. So you can see the differences here. My outline stitch, or my applique stitch, sorry. My applique stitch is a little bit more consistent. This one's kind of all over the place. Although most of you guys that watch these videos are new to this, so it will look like this, and that's just fine. But over time, your stitches will become nice and even. So I'm going to remove this, and since it's already popped, I'm just going to start here. I'm just going to grab a needle and just slowly take these out. And I might end up grabbing some more needles and just like sticking them like this. So as I pull this out, it doesn't move, which I might end up doing now. So let's do that now. Let's put some pins in here and then use a pin to take out the stitches. So if you have made these for family members or even for yourself and it's been a while, it's a good idea to go back and check all the stitching, especially the stitching that is your backing, because if you want a functional stocking, then you want to have your backing not be loose or have pop stitches like this one. So I'm going to remove the rest of this off camera, and I'm going to do the same thing for this stocking, and then I'll show you a little bit of the inside and go from there. I managed to take out the thread, and now I'm just trying to match the color, at least the closest to what I have. I like to keep all the remaining thread colors from kits that I've done previously. These aren't all of my thread colors. I do have another bag that I need to transfer in here, but this is what we're working with, and I found some pretty close matches. This one matches almost exactly to this one, so I'm going to use this one for this stocking, and then this one, the closest match is this color. It might be the exact color, so I'm going to use this color for this one, and I think I'm going to start with my mom's and then work over and do my dad's stocking. If you happen to be repairing an older kit or an older stocking or whatever, and you don't have the thread color that you need, you could always take a sample to your local craft store and find one in store, or if you have the instructions still, there is a kit number that refers to the color of thread that you need. Those are also good options, but it doesn't have to be the exact color. Close is fine too. I'm just gonna prep this. My kids are home for spring break, so if it's noisy, that's why. Preparing for Easter and for family to come over. So I'm gonna flip this over and we're gonna work from the front. And it's a little bit stiff. Okay, so it stops right around here, and I'm gonna show you the beginnings of it, and then you can kind of deduce the rest of the stocking here. It's the same rules as when you're actually putting a backing on any stocking. Make sure you match the color to the front of the felt, because that's what you'll see. So I'm just gonna maneuver behind this tree here. So you don't see the blue thread. I'm gonna do this all the way down, and I'm gonna stop here, and then I will go to the next one. Real quick, I finished stitching and I hid my, I wanted to show you where I hid my tail. So I kind of went through these stitches and I hid my tail, and I'm just gonna trim my tail and take my pins out. And I ended up putting 2 little stitches here and doing a knot. And you can see it's much better now. You can see where I had my holes previously. Okay, this looks good. It's so weird seeing the back of these, because like I didn't follow the boot. I kind of made, I don't know what I did, to be honest. Like, it doesn't look that great in the back, but you know, it's functional. I guess what I was trying to do was I was trying to cover some stitches back here. I mean, that makes sense. All right, so that is good. I might come back and do some reinforcement stitches right here, just to make it so it's together more. Okay, so since this is the same color thread, I'm just going to jump over here and I'm going to add a couple of stitches here just to give this a little bit more of a reinforcement. Since it's kind of hidden, I don't think it matters what side I do. So I'm going to add a couple of stitches right here. And luckily it'll be hidden. There we go. That's much better. I'm gonna do one more stitch here. And it doesn't really matter what it looks like. Just want to make sure it doesn't, you know, fall apart right here. Because a lot of weight is on these tabs. Okay, I'm just gonna do a double knot. And then I'll hide my tail. I'll go back in this way and hide it. Just like that. And then I'll trim it and then we'll be good. Alright, awesome, this is great. I'm actually glad I didn't need to line these because originally I wanted to line them, but they're already lined. So it gave me a chance to look over them and to fix any broken stitches, which is great. Now I can give this back to my parents and know that it's not going to fall apart. I did notice this hand holding this. If I were to make this again, I would actually put a pipe cleaner in her hand just to give it some reinforcement. But I'm just going to leave it as it is right now because it looks fine. But yeah, that's the stocking. And I think this was creative license. I just decided to do a two-toned color, and I believe these are back stitched. Yeah, it's like a back stitched corded color. Honestly, I don't know if that was part of the kit or not. It's been so long. But yeah, little beads on her crown, her face. I will end up going back and putting some blush on her face. But this one is done, and now we're gonna hop over and do this stocking. So I'm just gonna put these colors away, and we're gonna take out this color. So I got this pinned and ready. We're just going to start right around here. And I'm gonna try, well, I could do it this way too, since it's from the front. Yeah, because I like to go this way, and I want to make sure my stitches in the front are nicer than the stitches in the back. So I'm gonna actually start up here. And since this is the blue, I'm just gonna stick with the blue. You could switch to the red if you really wanted to, but because the blue is the main body of the stocking, I'm just gonna stick with the blue color. Okay, I'm just gonna reinforce this area a little bit with a couple of stitches right on top of each other. And then I will continue down. There we go. Much better. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit thick on this, so I'm trying to make sure that the stitches go all the way through the layers that I want and they don't go through the red. So I'm just sticking to the blue so I can hide my thread. Just like that. You can't really see it, which is nice. I'm just picking up the blue felt. And then once you hit the blue felt, you can just kind of stitch it normal. There we go. Okay. And you can continue all the way down. And then I'm gonna stop right around here, tie it off, and just check to make sure there aren't any other areas that need fixing, and then we'll be done. Okay, so let's just take these pins out. Okay, perfect. Oh man, yeah, that's so much better. So much better. That's great. Okay. Everything looks good. I might end up taking a couple of, I might put a couple of stitches in here just to give it a little bit more strength here. So let me grab some green. Okay, for this, I'm gonna see if I can hide my knot, like right here, like that, so that I can start stitching. Yeah, that worked pretty good. Okay, I got family visiting, so it's gonna be a little chaotic here. In the meantime, I'm trying to get some stitches done. I don't know if this was supposed to be hidden or not. It looks like it's on the wrong side. Oh well, I'll just keep it because I like keeping the integrity of the original pieces and not change it too much, you know. Okay, let's just reinforce this the best we can and then call it good. I decided to flip it back here and add a couple stitches back here just because I can. And we'll stop there. With a little bit more stitches back here and a little more stitching here, I feel like this is a little bit more secure. So we are good to go. This looks a lot better and it's much nicer. And I don't think there's anything else I need to fix on these. But that is how you repair stuff for older kits. So there we go. They're nice and fixed. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Check out the ones at the end of this video for more content, and I'll see you next time.